Hi friends, let us see what dynamic conversation skills mean and how can we improve our conversation skills. What do you mean by conversation? Conversation is the image of mind. As a man is, so is his talk. So if you talk with a man for 1 hour, you can understand what type of man he is. In this session, I want to talk about the definition of conversation, types and levels of conversation, process and principles of conversation, importance and values of conversation, skills and techniques which is required to converse, how to become achievers in conversation. What is conversation? Or how will you define conversation? It is an interactive communication between two or more people. It is a direct method of communication which is adopted commonly by everyone. It actually means self expression and interaction with each other, and it is the slowest form of human communication. This is the diagrammatic picture of how people connect and converse with each other, with their topics, with their data, with their content, how they converse with them and with the audience. Dynamic conversation. What do you mean by the term dynamic? And why is conversation dynamic? Why should it be dynamic? And how to make it dynamic? Dynamic as such is known as enthusiastic, full of energy, curiosity. Conversation is sharing of thoughts or ideas. So if you share your ideas or thoughts dynamically, it will build or create a trust among others, and that will increase your credibility. But this cannot be achieved in a day. If at all others want to believe you, you should have a good subject knowledge, thorough knowledge in what you are going to express. And only that will make others feel that you are trustworthy enough and your words could be considered and taken into account. This requires effort, focus, and practice. As you all know, Rome is not built in a day. You have to work hard with focus, and it should have a regular practice. If you want to tell about the concept, first you must be aware of the concept, and you have to have a thorough knowledge of the concept or idea what you are going to explain to others, and only that will give you respect, self-esteem. Words has the power to motivate, inspire and change a person's life. When will it do so? When it paints a picture in the mind. For example, if your friend comes and tells to you, see, I have lost a subject, I got fail marks, I don't know what to do, and the semester has come to an end. What will I do now? You have to give a positive feedback to your friend. Don't worry. Next time you write the exam, you will pass in that examination. Motivate that friend, and automatically the words what you say, the way you convince your friend, the friend must be happy, and it should create a positive picture in his mind. That is known as dynamic conversation. And that is how you have to motivate others to come up in their life. What do you mean by process of conversation? It has 6 steps. When you start a conversation, you have to start with the greetings, that is, open a channels. First, you have to say hi, hello, or good morning. Then you drag on the conversation, tell about a general topic, ask how they are, what they are doing, how is the family going on. Then along with that you construct the meaning and just then talk about the opinions, what is happening in the society, about the COVID-19, about the loss of the jobs for various for many persons. Then that will create a meaning, construct a meaning in that. What each one of you will be telling what are the consequences because of COVID-19. Then you will come to an agreement, converse on agreement. So both of them, you will have a meaning in that which coincides with each other. There may be difference of opinion also. Then again you converse and you come to a, you evolve everything, all the topics what you have dealt with, come to an agreement. If at all you don't come to an agreement, you will ask some other person, or you will come to an agreement and stop with that. This is the process of conversation. So you have to open a channel, commit to engage, construct the meaning in what you're talking, converge on agreement, then evolve and build on that agreement, then act according to that, or transact it with somebody to come to a conclusion. And this is what we have to do in a conversation. When you take into consideration levels of conversation, you have 4 levels of conversation. First, you start with a small talk with greetings. Then you tell about the facts about your family, or, or about your personal experiences. Then you tell about the opinions, what you actually feel. So I want to say the same COVID-19. What is actually the effects of COVID-19? Facts. Then what is the opinion, general opinion about that? The next is your personal opinion, your personal feeling because of this COVID-19. This is the levels of conversation. So from the small talk, you come to the facts, then to the opinions, and last you come to the personal feelings, your own personal feelings. You have 4 types of conversation: discourse, diatribe, dialogue, and debate. What do you mean by discourse? It is one way and competitive. It is to deliver the information. For example, giving a lecture or a talk. Diatribe is one way and competitive. That is, the purpose of diatribe is you express the emotions or inspire. That is, you tell, and that's the end. You don't give way to others to express their opinion. Dialogue is two-way and cooperative. Both of you exchange your ideas and you can build a relationship, cordial relationship. Debate, both of you argue, that is, it is two-way and competitive. One side will win, another side may get convinced of what is said by the side which won. So these are the 4 types of conversation. What are the principles of conversation? You have 5 stages. You open, feed forward, business, feedback, and close. For example, you want to ask your friend regarding the medical seat. What is the cut-off? How you have to prepare? So as soon as you see your friend, at once you will not ask. You will just, hello, how are you? Next, you will just start, how is your family? That is feed forward. That is, you have to drag the conversation. Then, actually, you will come to the point what you want. I want to ask you something. I want to know how can I get the medical seat for my son? What are the prerequisites? How to prepare for the NEET examination? You get the feedback. Then you say thank you and close the conversation. So this is the principle. These are the 5 stages of conversation. Next is the importance of conversation. If you converse well, your professional relationship will grow and you will set at ease others who converse with you. So other persons who are talking with you, who are discussing with you, will feel very comfortable to talk to you if you know the value of conversation and how to converse with others. And if you do it perfectly well, properly, you others will validate your statements and you will be validated. You will be respected by others. And you must give importance to exchange others' ideas also. You must be taking into account. You must give way to develop ideas of others. You can take the ideas from others, get the ideas from others, and then you can come to your own decision. And you have to listen properly. Listening is very important in a conversation. You have to listen, and only then you will get the full idea of what the other person is telling. How to converse. This quotation gives you a clear idea how you have to converse with others. Conversation should be pleasant without scurrility, witty without affectation, free without indecency, learned without concitedness, novel without falsehood. So, this is how a conversation should be. Conversation should be pleasant without scurrility, without abuse. There should not be words which abuse others. It should be very amicable, pleasantable. It should be witty, humorous, but it should not be affect others. Words which affects others should be avoided. Next, free without indecency. It should be very, very free, common, simple words with decent words. Learned without concitedness. There should be nothing to be hidden, nothing to be exaggerated. It should be learned. Novel without falsehood. It should be very true. It should be fresh and no false words should be there. Imaginative words should not be used. So everything should be very plain and very simple so that others are able to understand, and the words what you use should be very, very simple, and it should be very decent, and it should be to the point. Don't exaggerate anything, and it should be very novel, and no false words should be used. This is very much important for a conversation, and only that will improve the conversation. Then how you have to converse. See, have you ever thought what problem you have when you converse with others? Do you ever thought that you are a good converser or not? If not, have you taken any step to converse properly, efficiently? Have you listed out that? If not, I'll give you some tips how to improve your conversation. First and foremost, you have to understand who you are. Understand yourself. Only if you understand yourself, you will understand others. If you are not going to understand yourself, you will not be able to understand others. So you have to find your weakness, your strength, who you are, and only when you understand who you are, you will understand about others, and the conversation what you make with others will be effective. I used to ask my students, tell about yourself, tell your weakness, tell your strength, improve yourself. Only when you improve yourself, you will be able to create a self-confidence, and only when you have confidence on yourself, you will be able to create the confidence on others. When you are not having the confidence, you will not be able to create the confidence on others. So creating confidence on yourself is very, very important to converse in a better way to others. Self confidence is very important. So you have to improve your self confidence in order to converse effectively.